What's good YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Lars in Conditioning. In today's video I want to take time to talk about weight loss mistakes I have made. This is going to be a slightly more vulnerable video than you have seen before. Mistake number one. One of the biggest mistakes I have made when I in the past tried to lose weight, where I were to reward myself every time I lost a little bit of weight or every time I had a good training sessions. This is something that kept, made me lose the same few pounds over and over and continue to give up, because in mind I was thinking I was doing such a huge effort in trying to lose weight, which in actuality I wasn't, because every time I was going slightly the way I wanted to go, I would do something that would actually sabotage it because I view it as a reward. So this is a major mistake I made, and I've seen many other people make, that you try to give yourself this sort of reward, pat on your back for good effort, but the changes that you try to implement, you haven't even sustained them for a month or two, and then this way you're just breaking your own effort. You need to create a change that you can actually sustain, and not a change that you can only sustain for a little bit because maybe you view that change to be too drastic or too big for you to keep on going with. And this is something that causes you to slide back, and this is something that happened for me as well. So every time things went well and I lost a little bit of weight and I met a little bit of resistance, I would basically give up, because then I felt like I was doing a lot more than I actually were, because in my head the effort were not being rewarded. Mistake number two is very much similar to mistake number one. That is that you need to change your mindset about what you view as a reward. I constantly viewed it as a reward to eat some pizza or something else, rather than actually viewing the true reward as, okay, the scale went down a few pounds, okay, new reward, a few more pounds down. That is actually the true reward, and this was not something I viewed it as. To me, losing weight, I viewed it as some sort of like punishment, not an actual reward for myself, which it actually is. So this is a mindset change that needs to occur before you can actually make the changes and sustain them. What is a reward? A reward is basically something that reinforces a certain type of behavior. So when you get a good grade or you get a pay raise for something you have done, then that reward reinforces what you have already been doing. So if you want a true reward, which would be like losing more weight, if you keep losing more weight, then that reward rewards itself, and it becomes a reinforcing behavior because you keep seeing the weight going down. So it's not a reward for you. You have done something good for yourself, and then you do something that's actually bad for you. That's not a reward. Actually, that's more a line of punishment if you were to look at more black and white. Mistake number three, crash diet. You get the idea of only having to eat certain amount of foods or certain food groups, or eliminate a bunch of things. This is something I've done myself as well. Or you do weird diet hacks or whatever, something else, and maybe in the beginning you lose weight very quickly, but then before you know it, that also stalls. So what do you do from here? What tends to happen in a lot of places, is that also for me, is that I hit the wall, nothing really happened, and I got impatient, so then I said screw it all, and then I started going back to my old patterns, and then I rebounded weight because it wasn't going fast enough. Again, a change needed to occur that I could actually sustain, not some drastic change that I could only sustain for a little bit. Think about what good is speed. It doesn't matter how fast you're moving if you're moving in the wrong direction instead of moving in the right direction. If you strap yourself to a rocket car and you move in the wrong direction, then you're just not going to end up in the destination where you actually want to be. And you need to go to the right direction, which is create daily sustainable habits that you can sustain for the long haul, and not something that is a quick fix that's very quickly and promise you some good results, but only does so in the short term and not in the long term. Mistake number four, lack of daily movement. So while I did go to the gym multiple times a week and train very hard, when I wasn't going to the gym, I was not moving at all. I was basically sitting on a chair all day long, also because some of the work I work with was very much office based, so I didn't need to move. So you need to create opportunities for movement. Get up to the fridge, get a water in your glass, sit down, go up, refill it. Increase the distance that you can get to walk for whatever things that you actually need, instead of trying to place everything in such close proximity to yourself. When you go shopping, instead of parking all the way up to the entrance, park further away and then walk in and out. When you go to school or office, again, same thing, park further away, increase the distance that you walk, and before you know it, you actually have created a lot of opportunities for you to get a lot of steps in throughout your day. Mistake number 5, and this is a big one for me, not using this scale often enough. We have so many times heard that you only need to use a scale once a week or once every other week. If you only use it once a week, you only have one data point per week. That means if you have one day before, the 2 days before, where you have done something a little bit different and you retain more water, you then step on the scale and the weight then goes up, you look at it and you get demotivated and you think, what the hell is going on? But on the other side, if you weigh yourself every morning throughout the entire week, you have 7 data points to work with. That way you can actually see what way the weight is trending throughout the week and the weeks. So this is actually a much better approach and something that can be a lot more sustainable, as long as you don't think your value as a person. Thank you for watching. Lars in Conditioning signing out. I hope you have an awesome day.